Hey, this is David Kurtz for TPM Media. We're joined today by Anna Berger, who's the chair of Change to Win, the union coalition. She's also Secretary-Treasurer of Service Employees International Union and a member of the Economic Recovery Advisory Board that President Obama has put together. Thank you for joining us, Ms. Berger.
It's great to be with you today.
One thing I noticed over the weekend was that there's a new compromise proposal on the Employee Free Choice Act put forward by Whole Foods and Starbucks and Costco that would essentially provide some outs for some aspects of the current proposal given certain conditions. I just want to get your general reaction to that compromise proposal and where you see it standing as we speak today.
Well, I know that some people call it a third way or a new way. I kind of call it the old way. And I think that George Miller and Tom Harkins both yesterday came out with a pretty clear statement that they thought it was clearly written by CEOs for CEOs to keep the status quo. So I'm really glad that people are willing to come out and say, let's talk about things, because it's always great to talk. Now we just need some new ideas.
You mentioned before that you guys were active in getting the stimulus package passed. And I'm curious, is that a signal that unions are going to be more involved, say, in the financial regulation legislation that's coming forward, and in the whole bailout proposals that are floating about? In other words, sort of being more of a taxpayer watchdog on some of these issues than maybe you've been in the past?
Well, I think that it's important for workers' voices to be heard around the whole issue of the economy. I mean, the reality is in the fall, in September, when Congress was moving so speedily to do the bailout for the banks and Wall Street, we stepped up and said, hey, folks, this isn't just about bailing out Wall Street. We need to have regulations. We need to have oversight. We need to have transparency. We need to make sure that we fix the problem, not just let it go on. We also said that we needed a recovery for Main Street. It wasn't just about Wall Street bankers. It was about people who lived on Main Street and struggled every single day. I think that as you see more and more workers join the union movement so that they can have their voices heard, they'll have it heard not just at work, but in the halls of the Capitol as well, and that we will make sure that we rebuild an economy that works for all of us.
Last week there was an announcement that SEIU and California Nurses Association had reached agreement on jointly organizing. And there had been a lot of, that had been a pretty fierce dispute in California. Can you explain a little bit about what that was about and what the agreement and resolution of that entails?
Well, I think that it's a sign of the times. We have this incredible, exciting opportunity that we are on the verge of passing the Employee Free Choice Act, that we will be able to be out there organizing workers and giving them a voice in the job. That I think that the partnership between the CNA and SEIU is a natural outcome of that. It enables us, both very strong, passionate organizations for healthcare workers, to be able to come together and effectively partner to make sure that we give voice to as many healthcare workers all at the same time as we can. So I'm excited about what we can do not only in California, but across this country in making sure that all workers in healthcare facilities have a chance to have a voice in the job. And I think that our partnership will make that happen faster and in a much bigger way.
So how is that going to work exactly? What was the agreement as to who would be able to organize which workers, and sort of give me a sense of what the parameters of that are?
So what we've said is that we're going to come together and we're going to focus on specific employers and specific chains together. And in different places, we'll take different leads. In some places, they'll be the lead for RNs and we'll be the lead for all the other hospital workers. In other places where we have traditional leadership, we'll continue in that. But we really want to begin this partnership with key employers, with key chains, with key workers, making sure that they're focusing on RNs, we're focusing on the other workers, so we can actually have a voice for all of the workers all at one time.
Well, we certainly appreciate your time. This is David Kurtz for TPM Media.